Hello, thank you for joining us. And today we will be talking about the liver. It will be a liver health lecture, and we will be talking about early symptoms, regeneration, how we can regenerate, and also not the theoretical part, but we will show you as well a practical result, customer results. My name is Liga Reimer. I'm practicing naturopath.
And I'm Christopher Reimer, practicing naturopath and nutritionist. So we will quickly run through what the liver does. So its function, where it is, as you can see, it's up here under the rib cage or behind the rib cage. And it's actually an incredible organ that, as you can see, it actually does 500 chemical functions or over 500 chemical functions. And it's used as a storage facility for fat-soluble vitamins and trace minerals. And also it synthesizes really important proteins and minerals for the body. Do you want to?
Yes, and also I want to just briefly go through not all of this, but it is a couple of things what liver is responsible for, to understand why, when we go further with the science, to understand actually where the science coming from. And when I was a little bit younger, and I had these health problems, I had no idea that these signs are tracing back to my liver problem. Migraines, severe migraines, blood pressure problems, high cholesterol, and actually these black spots in my eyes, that actually directly goes back to liver problem, but I didn't know then. And I'm pretty sure lots of people have no even idea. So if you look at the liver, it helps, actually, it's participates in production of bile. So it helps carry away and break down our fats in small intestines and during digestion. And this is actually cause where lots of people are become overweight if their liver doesn't function properly, but we're going to go and later talk about. So also certain production of certain proteins for blood plasma. So it's a blood quality, where is blood pressure and our well-being is all over included. Cholesterol, I didn't know then that my high cholesterol and blood pressure problems is tracing back to liver. Also conversion to excess glucose into glucagon, and then glycogen and storage. My English sometimes fails me. Regulation of blood levels and blood levels of amino acids, which again, amino acids, it's a building blocks and proteins to our body, regeneration, growing, restoring. That's why some people, women and men, quicker actually age, or actually liver is especially for women and men, it's our energy, it's our youth, it's our good looks, and people do not know these things. Also, for example, liver is important because it converts poisonous ammonia into urine, actually, and that way through the kidneys. Liver, if liver fails, next one in the line is the kidneys, where body gets rid of the toxins. And we go further for science, we talk about it. What happens if liver and kidneys are overwhelmed and can't get rid of amount of toxins in our body? What's the next? What's the next big excretory organ which connects and starts helping us to get rid of? We will talk in a minute. And also it's important for people who constantly having colds, very low immunity, every single and virus, they catch it. It again goes down to liver, and people have no idea, and so on. So if we go further, you see a liver is actually amazing, like say chemical laboratory.
It is the chemical exchange of the human body.
Yes, and I think most of the people knows these acute symptoms. So if I knew that jaundice, it's a definite liver problem, right? Pain in your upper right abdomen, it's a definite, might be liver problem when it's already swollen and pushing on the other organs. However, no one knew actually that liver have no neurons in that organ. And long before it start hurting or having that jaundice, there are little certain patterns how it starts struggling.
There are signs. There are early signs that you can look for liver problems.
Yes, and we know
you don't need to wait until you get into these acute problems, where you've already a long way down the path of doing serious harm to your liver.
Yes, so it's really important to read these early signs and to start going through these regenerating healing processes, because things like really tired, sleepiness, you know, confusion, breath of musty or sweet odor, yeah, it's we already long way down the line. That's what you, Christopher, said.
Yes.
And also a little bit touching, and then we go into lecture about early signs and how we can regenerate and help in people results. Little bit causes what can cause. I know that one of the serious causes, people taking loads of painkillers. I was that person. My migraines were so constant that high dosages of ibuprofen was there every day.
The two like most common ones are ibuprofen and paracetamol.
Yeah, paracetamol, as you can see here. I'm not going to read all the presentation here, but you can read yourself. And in America, Tylenol is really popular. Paracetamol is everywhere. I remember in UK, you go to the doctor, what does GP recommend? Paracetamol, paracetamol for every case.
The biggest problem, especially in the UK, is that doctors seem to view paracetamol as completely harmless, and they will give it for a multitude of different diagnoses. For, you know, just take paracetamol, it thins your blood, or it helps with this, it's a good painkiller, and it's just given out. And because it's not a prescription medicine, people generally think, oh, I can take it, it's not a problem at all.
But it's what I want to actually point out. It doesn't solve your problems. The same like my high cholesterol, my overweight problems, my blood pressure problems, and my migraines never was solved by ibuprofen and paracetamol. And it actually brings as well further liver failure. But I'm not going to talk about it. Also can be prescription medications.
You're putting a plaster on whatever's hurting.
Yes.
But you're putting extra pressure on
also, let's go to a couple of more causes. It's a prescribed medication, and it's a hormonal medications, which I've seen in women, working more with the women, but men also. Also, I've seen people, because I'm a naturopath, I've seen people using all kind of herbal extracts without actually decent advice, just trying these home cleansing or heating oils and trying to drink and wait for cleansing. It's really hard and definitely not body friendly, and without specialist advice I would not recommend to do it at home.
No, and
without proper people's advice, qualified people's advice.
Example that I've seen as well is people going to the supermarket and getting these sticks of vitamin C, vitamin B that are 1000% of your recommended daily allowance. If you're putting in 1000%, then your body cannot handle that amount anyway. So you're potentially doing more harm than actual good.
You can't do really harm, because C vitamin you just pee out. D vitamin is dangerous. So then also we got toxins and autoimmunity disease. So let's go to early signs. First of the signs, which I actually seen also after my second pregnancy, it increased. That was pigmentation issues. So there are people, because when liver actually fails and start be overloading with toxins, it doesn't fail yet, but it gets overloaded with toxins, that these types of blemishes and pigments and sunspots appears. And I seen it. My toxicity was really high on a second pregnancy, and after that I had really high amount. I couldn't go in the sunbathe. These people get really sensitive and red skin in the sun. I was that person. Now we're living in Spain and I have really nice tan, but I know how to restore my liver. And I've seen in my mother's case as well, after third pregnancy, all her skin and all her back was covered with these spots. Also, additional opposite of pigmentation point is when we have these lacking of pigmentation,
vitiligo.
No, vitiligo, whatever it's called. It's a different international word, but it's differently called different. But interesting is that again, liver is overloaded with toxins, and it can't actually produce that UV filter to our body, to
it can't,
melanin.
It can't create the UV filter. Also, as it says here, that it's also linked to a deficiency in copper, which is stored in the liver.
Okay, and I'll just briefly go into things, and you can see these signs and define whether it's me. Yeah, for women after pregnancies, it tend to happen more often. Also, pigmentation issues. These are our customer results. On left side, you can see a young child, which vitiligo, and after a holistic, really nice body cleansing program, yes, children really quickly recover, much better than adults actually, because their bodies are not that full with toxins yet.
Adults have spent however many years pumping in.
Yes, but
toxins.
also what's good on every stage, we obviously support liver, and that child, if you can see with that lacking skin color, started actually disappearing. Here is also lots of people with pigmentation spots, women, eczema down here, and young child as well with a serious pigmentation issues and serious spots as well. We will talk about allergies just in a minute. And there is also one case of male, young man, average 40 years of age, 38, and he had a problem with skin pigmentation, and it was not eczema, but it was a really weird rush.
It's sort of a ringworm type.
Yes, and it's actually after cleaning programs on obviously supporting again liver and adding phospholipids, fats in his diet, it disappeared. So if we go to next one, maybe you talk, Christopher, a little bit. Skin irritation, allergy, it's really common. I meet constantly people with skin irritation and allergies.
So as we see, the liver sort of manages antibodies, hemoglobins, and things like that actually could help the skin process things. So I mean, Liga's actually a really good example of this. After her second pregnancy, that she was very, very reactive to any creams that she put on. So UV film creams, sun creams, anything like that, if she put it on, just skin went completely red and blotchy. And that's because the liver wasn't coping well after the pregnancy. It's also used for neutralizing alcohol, and alcohol in the blood actually breaks down proteins. So if the liver isn't functioning properly, then proteins aren't synthesized properly, and we struggle with that as well. So if we go to the next one.
Now, what I want to actually add here, liver is responsible for production and storage immunoglobulins, which is specific antibodies which help us neutralize all these toxins, drugs, harmful substances, creams, and all. And if liver failing do it, so our reactions are going to be more to allergens are going to be more active, straight away. Creams. It's kind of a little springtime. People who have already these early signs, they really feel springtime and autumn time as well. That's why young children, even these allergies come out. And if you look at there's a couple of examples, one child, young child, what we did straight away, we helped to restore acid-alkaline balance, because in acid-alkaline balance, our immunity cells actually more active work, acid-alkaline balance, which is similar to blood pH 7.4. Also on the right side, you can see that was the 18 years old, a young girl. She came to us because she needed solution of constant allergy. She was having the allergy since early years at school, constantly sneezing, running nose. A bit later, she started having these leaky spots all over the body. And she said the worst part for her was summer. Then all girls are wearing skirts, and she's these sticky trousers, and it hurts. And then she came to us, we supported liver, we holistically detoxed the body, and it all disappeared. And you can see on a right side picture, in the first months, because she was so young as well, it started slowly disappearing, and now she's absolutely fine. It's even been half a year and these spots never came back. If you go back to next sign, it's cholesterol and anemia. So you say what's common here, but cholesterol, actually, we already talked a little bit in anemia. Yeah, the liver helps synthesize minerals, vitamins, and store iron. So people can be deficient, iron deficient. But here, it's not only this case. It also could be parasites in a gut who drink blood as well. So that's why we advise people go through holistic anti-parasite programs. But cholesterol, actually, you can see really well here in the pictures that blood vessel.
Yes.
What happens with cholesterol? Liver is the one who breaks down the fats, yeah? High cholesterol. And if my liver is failing, so these that blood vessels start clogging up. And what happens then? People who do not drink water and have no proper acid-alkaline balance, they don't start morning with water as well. If you want to know more about health concept, ask us one-on-one Zoom or
our links are at the end of the PPT.
And what's interesting, that blood is quite thick already, and plus it's narrower passage. And normally, especially capillaries, they only for one erythrocyte to go through. And imagine it's trying to go through, pump bodies of blood, and it really struggles. So what happens? Our body pump, which is blood, or is it heart? What it does naturally to help us, it starts raising blood pressure.
Yeah, the heart is working harder because the veins are blocked through bad cholesterol, because there are different cholesterols.
Also, at the end of presentation, we're also going to be giving a recommendation. Christopher is nutritionist, so also we recommend in cholesterol levels, high cholesterol levels. It's obviously your routine, lifestyle, and your nutrition, food you choices, take, like but cleaning programs, holistic cleaning programs, and all that health concept can help as well, reduce it. That's my case as well. And then since that, I never had migraines, and my cholesterol is normal. So my blood pressure doesn't go up and down, and feeling not well. So next one, which is common, but people do not link it again to liver problems,
this is another one
is diabetes. But it's, okay.
This is another one that nobody really links to the liver. They just think, oh, I've got diabetes, it's hereditary, I was bound to get it. But the liver actually regulates sugar levels and glucose levels in the bloodstream and in the body. Glycogen is actually stored in the liver, and it's actually stored because then it ensures that the body has the proper supply and regulated supply of energy.
And it's a common thing, right? How you can see it. There are people who didn't have, for example, it could be children. It's I could really see it in our son.
Yes.
Because before our holistic journey, he was on hormonal medications because he had severe mid-ear infection and hearing. And these people whose balance in the body and liver already affected. So what happens when that person? What liver does, it regulates that glycogen in a body, and when person doesn't get food for a long time, he feels fine, he gets energy out of these storages, it synthesizes it, you're fine, you're feeling fine. But what happens with people whose liver is already needs support? These people, if they don't have a long-term food, for example 3, 4, 5, 6 hours, people start feeling like they're going to faint, energy levels go down, blood pressure going up. My son always really felt he starts crying, he gets nervous, brain function not functions properly, you start getting nervous, anxious. If you see these signs, if you haven't eaten like for 4 or 5 hours, don't blame neither child, neither yourself. I'm weak, I can't stay without food.
Don't think that it's just because of poor nutrition or poor diet. No,
it could be sign of liver problems, because liver doesn't work properly to store that glycogen and then take out from a storages as give you as energy levels. And this is, for me as a naturopath, I look at it at my son's reaction. He's 10 years old, and you would think, why would Blow cry? but you understand, okay, all these hormonal medications lead him to it, and I need to support his liver with phospholipids, omega, with lecithin, and we will talk later at the end what can support it. So he just liver can deliver him this glycogen, and he can get the proper energy when he's not eating that time.
Yeah, this is also relevant to sports people or endurance sports people.
You go for long distances, right?
If you're doing a marathon, a long bike ride, even, I hate to say it, playing a round of golf in the middle of the day, you're out for 3-4 hours.
5
hours, 6 hours sometimes. And this is where, if your body hasn't got the storage of glycogen and it isn't regulated properly, it can actually cause you problems.
No, normally these people feel weak, start picking up sudden weakness, some of them start crying, some
running
of them
out of energy.
Energy, suddenly you've got feeling like you drop.
And it also affects your mood as well, but we'll go into mood
and what's interesting, people who are related also early sign of liver failing, it's immunity disorders, frequent colds, you catch them regularly because we talked about this, I'm going to skip it. Liver produces these antibodies who help us to fight viruses. Normally, that's why people, it's not just outside environment, I'll drink more C vitamin and I will be fine. No. It's proper certain order with a liver support at every stage, so your liver is stable, and also it can synthesize all these vitamins, minerals, and you have no deficiencies.
It's
and your
not
immunity
just I'll stay away from people and I won't get a cold. If your liver is actually struggling, you're going to catch it.
And another one, arthritis and osteoarthritis, is really, really important. People never trace it back to liver, because a thing like I said, liver is our youth laboratory in energy. When we, for a long time, we're young, we're good looking. Even I'm working on it because I'm soon going to be 50, but I like to look good and young. And collagen is synthesized in the liver. Our blood vessels, ligaments, tendons, cartilage, and bones, it's all depend on that collagen. If our liver doesn't work properly, all these what's collagen? Collagen makes it, like old mattress or young mattress.
The elasticity in cells.
And actually that goes down, I wanted to mention to listeners as well, blood vessel elasticity. That's when you get older, you lose the elasticity. That's why here vitamin C is really important as well. It gives you that blood vessels elasticity. They don't break at sudden hard push or blood pressure,
because as we go through our lives we sort of run out of the collagen that we had, but also because as we go through our lives our liver gets more taxed as it goes through, so we're not producing the same amount of collagen or the same quality collagen.
The next one I want to touch on, it's actually most of women actually knew in our family, and also when I work with the people, they think that genetical, varicoses, spider veins, broken blood. Oh, it's all in my generation, so I
can't do anything about it. It's genetics.
But normally, actually, and it's actually I've seen it working with the sports people, especially who have really long marathons, triathlons and things, they have it. So varicoses, spider veins, and broken blood vessels actually sign of already pretty serious liver problem. Why, Christopher? Can you really briefly, quickly?
It's endurance sports that really suffer with this, and basically this is similar to the blood pressure and the blocking of veins, that as the liver gets backed up, blood can't flow through it properly. So that's because the blood isn't flowing properly and through it, it creates this back pressure into the veins, and that's what actually creates the varicose veins.
It's almost like, they need to extend, you know, that's why
Yeah,
you got this
it's-
like a pocket doing. And also what's interesting, we need to understand that liver also is a filter in your body organ. When arterial actually blood pressure is going through, yeah, it's going through your body and it's picking up all that dirt and picking up everything what's in your body, yeah, toxins, dirt from lymphatic system and everything, it goes through that filter. So that filter is there, the same like in machine, in cars, in every, and
in anything,
in any environmental thing, you got filters, yeah, it's whether pool filter, whether it's car filters, petrol
air
filters, air
whatever.
filters, you know, they functions. So a liver works the same. And when liver is failing, it's not properly filtering even that blood. And what happens, all that veins and dirt, it carries on how it was. Then that's what it creates, also trying to push through out, lash back, yeah, and all that dirt trying to be carried around through the body.
All it's doing is, it's the same as when you have a kettle and it gets built up with the white calcium. When you tip it up, that calcium is blocking the water flow, and that's exactly what is happening with varicose veins and spider veins.
And here actually we will talk about help as well, but also, like I said, for especially particularly for sports guys, yeah, I know I know even I have acquaintances which do these marathons and jogging marathons and running marathons. So number one, it's clean and detox your body, and then with support of the liver always. And then you give proper nutrition, energy. And when you go into these marathons, you use these natural mineral antioxidants, which never gonna give, you know, but because people after some distances, they start taking ibuprofen, paracetamol, but more often it's ibuprofen just to kill that pain and to get to the finish, which again gives massive pressure, medical pressure, medication on your liver, yeah, and affect your blood pressure and bloodstream. So toxicity in the body. So what we normally recommend, mineral water, which restores really quickly acid alkaline balance, which is natural, doesn't affect liver at all, but supports it. And also with minerals, but German scientists did it. We found it's really unique thing, and sports guys who've been taking it, they do not harm their liver, but they have that endurance, they have that energy, they have that power to go through, and doesn't create these huge amount of problems with blood pressure, with varicoses, with veins and so on, because you prepared for your distances. And here I want to show you some results. Obviously, I want to mention you that's not 1 month of recovery. Veins do not recover in 1 month. I'm not going to lie you. It's not 1, 2, or even sometimes not 3 months. For some people, it could be 6 months of time going through recovery processes, holistic programs, different stages, and then also always supporting your liver at every stage with different herbal extracts. Next one, but we're going to skip it. People probably heard of it, that disorders of nervous system, mood swings, fatigue, depression also to go into the schizophrenia because of accumulation of toxins, and liver disease.
It's like we said,
these are chemical disturbances in the brain.
If you think that the liver is the chemical plant of the body, and those chemicals going to the brain aren't correct, then that's where you're going to start getting these sort of problems with neurological disorders.
Yes, and one of the common problems I meet in my life, and I've been having with the customers, when people come with reproductive problems, when, for example, they want a baby or child in their life, and there are reproductive problems when women have very early menopause, and very early menopause can come as a cause of high toxicity in the body. And 1 year ago, recent case was a woman in Finland at 32, after heavy operation and medication, she was diagnosed by menopause, 32 years of age. And obviously she said for her was a shock, and shock to her system, because at that age, someone telling you you have early menopause, we can't do anything about it, you're never going to have children. That was shocking. And our friends actually convinced her to try holistic approach. I know lots of people do not believe in holistic, but because it's such a wonderful system and we support liver and we recover liver, and she said, okay, it's never going to be worse what I'm losing here. She went through it. It took her, I think, 5 or 6 months. And last stage was a deep 14 days deep gut cleansing, when we were cleaning the gut, also with a liver support. And after that program, her reproductive system recovered.
Yeah,
restarted. And when we met in a conference, she was with a big tummy, 8 months old baby in her tummy, and she was so happy at age 36, so she can have her child. And we got lots of stories like this, because liver is detoxifier of the body, and we help liver helps us to recover and regenerate. One of the main problems, and that was my cause, I was overweight, and I completely disagree with the system. If you are heavy overweight or you are overweight, eat less, exercise more. That's wrong, because that's what people normally would tell me. Eat less, exercise more. And I was having 1 sandwich a day and 3 hours exercise every day. And only then I can function in normal body. As soon as I went back to normal eating, my weight was growing. And that was down to stress, to sleep deficiency. It was not diet even.
Yeah, as a nutritionist, I can honestly say that just, cutting out food doesn't work. You're never going to go on one of these crash diets and just eat cucumber, just eat cabbage.
No.
They are not healthy.
And also what I normally people say here, people try to cut out healthy fats. Fats break down fats in the body. So you need more omega, you need more lecithin, you need more avocados, you need more, but we're not going to go into nutrition. I want to show you some results. On the left side is me, some time ago, when I had, but I didn't have picture. You know what, when you're fat, you don't want to picture yourself. And I had a huge amount of really hard belly. And I think people who had it, women and men, would understand me. It's not a soft jelly belly. Yeah, even it's jelly, it goes quicker down, easier. But if you got that hormonal and liver problem, you have really hard one. It never moves. You can do whatever, but it's always there. And when I started to practicing and going through body healing and holistic approach and liver support, then I could start seeing changes, and my tummy started going down. It's almost like I was so used to people calling me all the time pregnant. Oh, congratulations, you got next child. And you're like, no, I'm not pregnant, but they think you are. And I was like, oh, it's never going to change in my life. I think people who experienced it can relate it to it. And then there's a couple of more women, and there's young blokes actually on the right side. There's a bloke who's only 32 years of age, young bloke, but looks like a granddad with a big tummy. And as a man is 34 years of age, and also with a big tummy. Obviously, blokes like beer and stuff and barbecue, but
there were 2 different ones here. Is you have got the beer belly, which, as Lika said, is the sort of jelly one that goes down easier. But men also do get that very hard belly that's really tough to move.
Yeah, and we can see if we're helping holistically regenerate our body to normal health stage, but always supporting the liver, this process is much more supportive. So basic things what we do to support our liver is obviously reduce alcohol or don't drink alcohol. That's number 1. Drink more water. If you want to know what kind of more water, alkaline, live water with coral minerals from deep sea, get in touch and ask us more. Eat healthy diet. But Christopher here is nutritionist, and we have PDF with a healthy advice, healthy recipes. So if you go through holistic course, obviously healthy nutrition advice is going to be added to course as well. Maintain a healthy weight, that's a movement. But here again, I want to remind people with a heavy weight like I was not able to move. I was not able to go up the stairs. I was not able to ride an even bike, not about running, even talking. And normally these people, when we slowly, not 1 month, not 2, not 3, but when we slowly go through these recovery programs, we see that weight slowly and friendly to your system to go down.
Yeah.
Because just remember, I am almost 50. When I had my biggest weight in my life, it was about 40 years of age. I was breaking down my hormonal system. I was doing bad eating habits, 1 sandwich a day. I was exercising like mad, you know, with that lactic acid building in my body, trying to get that weight down. I was starving myself. Yeah, I looked good. But as soon as I get pregnant, my weight, all weight with bonuses came back. So here I normally say, people, if you've been damaging your body for years, take a time. Give yourself a time. Don't rush into it.
Trying to do the yo-yo weight loss is always a bad idea.
But that's why I see this holistic approach, because when you clean in your body toxins out, fats are the cells where body, the best way stores, it's like a warehouse for the toxins. What happens with holistic way? When you start clearing the toxins out of your body and support liver, and liver deals with toxins, body's like, whoa, I've got here this empty fat storage, warehouse, but I have no toxins, so why do I keep it? And body starts giving away. And that's why when I went through that program, my weight never came back. This is the best of it.
But also because you're cleaning your body out properly, your body isn't craving the sweets, the sugars, the fats in the same way.
Yes, so your diet, my diet changed really slowly. I didn't start the next day eating healthy salads because I didn't want to. I wanted chocolate with the coffee. But now I prefer my green cocktails, smoothies and stuff like that. Also, next one, I always advise people reduce household or work environment chemicals and medications. That's really toxic. So it could be either builders, either women never think, it's hairdressers, nail assistants. They constantly in that toxic environment, makeup,
makeup cleaners,
house cleaners, and lots of things like that. Also, the next one, and really important, that's our health concept to support our liver with restoration. And the good news, guys, for you is that liver, it doesn't matter, even at really poor condition, it's obviously much longer way to go. But if you take your responsibility and you follow specialist advice and support your liver and detox your body, it's always will regenerate. So you will return to your health, but better not to wait for the acute symptomatic.
You're better not waiting until you're at the acute stage. And you can recover. And
as the end of the presentation, I want you to look with us at 1 minute, a short health concept, which is designed by health professionals, and we follow this concept that we work with the people through that recovery and regeneration process through hydration. Then we clean good anti-parasite, then we detoxify body is a certain amount, different products. Every stage is with liver, different liver support. And then it's a deep gut cleansing, which includes also 4 days non-eating, but there are kaolin clay and naturopaths in sex generation program, which cleans your gut out, and then only is your support and nutrition, which fills your deficiencies. And I want you to look, just short 1 minute, let's listen together. Wonderful presentation, what health concept is. Okay, so let's go.
Coral Club is the first company to offer a healthy lifestyle and our own concept of health. The concept of health is cross-functional and can be used by everyone. Health starts with cells. Every 100 days, 30 billion cells get replicated in our body by using healthy cellular DNA. Suppose we have health issues and 70% of our immune system is in the gut. So we need to have a good microbiome so that when the cells replicate, healthy DNA is used to replicate healthy cells. These cells make up tissues, organs, and systems. How to keep your cells healthy? Like our bodies, cells need to be hydrated, clean, detoxified, and properly nourished and protected. The concept of health has 5 steps. Hydration with Hydromax, elimination of parasites with Parashield or Parashield Plus, purification with Coral Detox and Gold Detox Light Packs, nutrition with NutriPack, and protection with Immunity Pack.
Okay, so thank you for listening.
Coral Club is the first company.
Go into next one. And as addition, normally what we recommend people, just go quickly through because I'm not naturopath and I know herbs better. Additional support normally we add to each separated, but that's already, if you're interested and you like that presentation, just give us a email or give us a shout. Yeah, we're going to be your contact details with this presentation, or we can work one-on-one on anywhere online in the world. It's available with this particular programs and liver support. So every single program as a personal event also to your needs, we add these different herbal extracts. So for example, one of them is artichoke, which also contains milk thistle and dandelion root, because this is well known in a naturopathic world as a liver support. And this formula really, really helps support liver and detoxifies the body. I know myself and quite a lot of people use it as a tea in the evening, just even open these herbal extracts from a capsule and drink as a tea. I normally add it to any nutritional program, but obviously, like I said, it's personal to each customer. Burdock root, I normally add, it's a wonderful and amazing herbal extract. I add to gut cleansing programs because it helps support liver more to eliminate these toxins and waste products. So then we actually not only put pressure on the liver, we clean guts out, but we also support liver so it's more effective with clean toxins. One of the really, really popular ones, if we see these really heavy signs, and one sports guys really like to use, it's liposomal curcumin. It's a form of turmeric, and it's in bioefficient available form, which really well supports liver. Liposomal, it means it's in a like a fatty coverage with a little molecule inside, and it doesn't get how do you say?
Instead of it being sort of a powder that you take and dissolves in the gut, the liposomal is actually a suspended sort of particle.
It's particles in an oil coverage, and it goes through your digestive tract, and it doesn't get digested. So it's actually, when it gets to your guts, it absorbs from there, because we know everything in our big guts absorbs and in our bloodstream, and it's actually really, really effective. And also is a saffron, is a turmeric, but it's more like powder, but it's extract. So it's not just a herb dried, it's extract made from it. And one particular one I want to mention, we normally advise people, and I'll finish our presentation. It's designed, I found it, it's really, really unique. It's a herbal tea which contains persimmon, goji berries, taurine, buckwheat, soy sprouts, citrus peel, and vitamin C. And it's one of the best in the world so far, I found. It's created by Korean scientist. He's also been working together with scientists in other programs, but this one is highly efficient and beneficial natural extract tea, which is called Fan Detox, just for liver. And this is what I've been using to lower my cholesterol. And we also, on this product, I found there are scientific research and studies proving results that people using it regularly in their lives, their cholesterol comes down. So there are scientific researches. If you would like to receive these links, you can give us a shout. But that was particularly one which I use every day in my life, so support my liver. And these are actually herbal extracts we put close to general programs. I'm not talking about programs. So that was a lecture about liver signs, early signs when our liver is failing, and I hope you enjoyed it. And
if you have any questions or you want a personal consultation, then please get in touch with one of the consultants.
And we will be happy to share our knowledge. Thank you for listening, and bye.
Bye.